أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى أهله وصحبه ومن والاه ومن تبع بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My dear Muslim brothers and sisters in Islam, we have been watching our sisters propagating Islam, in fact giving us Ramadan reminder. But today I just want to be a representative to my other Muslim brothers due to their activities. So may Almighty Allah ease all our affairs. So not to waste time, I just want to talk about lifespan. Using the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and one verse from the Quran in Surah Al-Luqman chapter 31 verse 34. Almighty Allah says that Inna Allah indahu ilmu sa'ah wa yunazzilul ghaytha. He said, verily Allah alone has the knowledge of the hours. It's Allah alone that has the knowledge of the hours. وَيُنَزِّلُ الْغَيْثَ, and it's only Allah alone that sends down rain. Nobody. Even if somebody thought that if he do this, he can be a servant of the rains to nobody except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, وَيَعْلَمُ مَا فِي الْأَرْحَامِ, and it's only Allah alone that knows what is inside the womb. It's only Almighty Allah alone that knows. Definitely, we may be of deceivings to ourselves. Try to check when our wife is pregnant, or most of the sisters, most of the females, they just want to know, is it a male gender or a female gender? It's only Almighty Allah that knows which gender he or she is. So it's only Allah that knows. Then Allah says, وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ مَاذَا تَكْسِبُ غَدًا. He said, nobody knows what he or she is going to end tomorrow. Nobody knows except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that knows. Then Allah says, وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ بِأَيِّ أَرْضٍ تَمُوتُ. He said, nobody also knows the location he or she is going to die. Nobody knows except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that knows. Allah is the one who creates us, and He is the one who is to design anything He wishes for us. Nobody. So there is a wisdom in this ayah. But let me go to the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and talks about the lifespans of his ummah. In the hadith number 2331, in chapter on Zuhud, Jami' at-Tirmidhi, volume 4, narrated by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he said, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, the range of my ummah is the range of my ummah lifespans is between 60 to 70 years old. Definitely, that is the range expected that his own ummah is going to kick the bucket. So in the past of most of the Nabis, they lived longer compared to the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They live longer than us. Some can live 200 like that. In fact, thousands of years. But in the period of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you have spent 60 years, in fact, you don't have to complain that you haven't lived long. You have done. In fact, you have lived enough. And you are expected to also have just much in your religion. Because وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I did not create jinn nor human being or mankind except to come and worship him, Allah alone. So definitely, if you have spent 60 years, you should also could have acquired what you're supposed to acquire about your akhirah. But where are we today? Where are we today? Most of the 60 years old people, if you are to do the statistic of the wasted product in their age, you realize that the one they waste for themselves is higher than the ones they have spent for Allah's sake. But why are we still sluggish? Then let's do statistical analysis of 60 years old. A person who spends 60 years old, I believe he or she sleep 8 hours every day. And if you to do the calculations of 8 hours in the 60 years, definitely this person has spent 20 years just for sleeping. Then the person also go for working place and he also spend 8 hours in a working place. Whether you own the job by yourself or you are working on the government parastatal or you are working on the private job, anyone, you must spend 8 hours, if not more than. But in assumptions, let's pick 8 hours. Approximately, this person have also spent 20 years 20 years just for what? Working just for this dunya. Then 20 plus 20, we have 40 years. Minus 60, we have 20 years left. But we are not yet done yet. This person again, he or she sat on dining for 2 times daily. For 2 times daily, breakfast and dinner. The reason why we are not going to calculate the lunch is that the lunch is inclusive with the times, the hours he or she spent in working place. So for that, we are going to exclude it out of it. Then we calculate the breakfast and the dinner. And the person may also spend 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Then 30 minutes, let's extract it, let's calculate it from 60. Definitely, this person approximately he or she spend 3 years, 3 years just for what? Eating, just for meal. Subhanallah. Then 3 plus 40, we have 43. So we are not still done. This person, we didn't believe that maybe is when he must have what we call ignorancy in the past. We don't even know when he guided, when he knows the right and left, and in fact, when he knows that the difference between light and darkness. So let's also assume that maybe by a 15 years old boy or a old girl should have something up here. She should be sensible. Definitely 15 plus the 43 we have approximately 58 years. Subhanallah. Then 58 years old, subtract it from 60, which he or she has spent. Definitely we have 2 years left. 2 years left. Then, if we are to account for ourselves, are we going to tell ourselves we merit the Jannah? Because the years you spend for yourself is even higher than the years you spend for Allah's sake. Definitely, Almighty Allah is so merciful. Allahu Akbar. So merciful. Inna Allah ghafurur rahim. Inna Allah ghafurur rahim. Allah still have mercy upon us. The years we spend for our own sake is higher. But when you are doing little things, even the compulsory, the obligatory, you are apt to do, you don't even do it at time. You think it is too, in fact, it chokes your time. May Almighty Allah forgive every one of us. Then, since the age we even have for Allah, the time we have for Allah is short. Even some don't even have time for Allah. How can we still manage with this time we are spending for ourselves without showing concern. So how can we also earn reward in this great month of Ramadan? Because we're in the month of Ramadan now. How can we earn reward? Especially those who have spent a lot of years in the world. If you are to calculate the years you also spend for your own sake, it's higher. So let's do something for ourselves so that we can earn a lot of reward. The Quran, the pages in the Quran is 604, if I'm not mistaken. Then 604 pages divided by 600 divided by 30. The 30 I meant is we have 30 days in a month. Then 30 divided by 60. Then we are going to have approximately 20, definitely 20 pages. But let's see, break it down to make it easier or easiest for our Muslim brothers and sisters. Then that's 20, 5 divided by 20, which is we have 5 times daily prayer. Then 5 in 20, we are going to have 4, definitely 4 pages in each salah. Allahu Akbar. Definitely, if you do this, you are going to read the whole Quran in a month. You are going to read the whole Quran in a month. So, my dear Muslim brothers and sisters, why can't we do this too? Just to earn Almighty Allah's reward. And remember, in the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad, he said that each letters in the Quran entitled for 10 rewards. Alif is harf, lamun harfun, wa mimun harf. So the alif is 10 reward, the lamun is 10 reward, and the mim is 10 reward. That is make it 30. Then let's now check if you read the whole Quran. Do you know your rewards beside Allah? So, my dear Muslim brothers and sisters, we don't have much. I believe this short sermon should serve as a reminder to us that the time we spend for our own sake is higher than the time we spend for Allah. So, let's use this opportunity to earn the reward from Almighty Allah. So, I'm going to stop here, inshallah. وَسُبْحَانَكَ اللَّهُمَّ وَبِحَمْدِكَ أَشْهَدُ أَن لَّا إِلَهَ إِلَّا أَنتَ أَسْتَغْفِرُكَ وَأَتُوبُ إِلَيْكَ. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.